That night, former President Donald Trump stood up on a Philadelphia debate stage and shot the rumor into the stratosphere. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. He said to 60 million viewers, "The people that came in, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets, the people that live there." And that's what's happening in this country.
Let's hear about the Americans sentenced to death for an attempted coup in Congo.
Yes, I remember that. It was this kid.
Kid?
Well, I mean, a dad and his kid went to the Congo to do a coup, and it failed.
Brought his kid?
Yeah. Well, kid was going to be king of Congo.
That's awesome.
So we're going back to the Haitians eating the pets.
This is my favorite story of the year, I think.
I liked this, though. So this is... We might not get heaps of new information, but this is just like a well-written summary of what happened. Beautiful. And it has a bit more info about the city itself. So we can take turns reading this guy. Ohio City Manager Brian Heck fielded an unusual question at City Hall on the morning of September 9th from a staff member of Republican Vice President nominee J.D. Vance. The staffer called to ask if there was any truth to the bizarre rumors about Haitian immigrants and pets in Springfield. So what we got is evidence that J.D. Vance reached out and he was like, look, before we roll with this, is it a lie?
Yes.
He asked point blank, are the rumors true of pets being taken and eaten? Recalled Heck. I told him no. There was no verifiable evidence or reports to show this was true. I told them these claims were baseless. By then, Vance had already posted about the rumors to his 1.9 million followers on X, yet he kept the post up and repeated an even more insistent version of the claim the next morning. That night, former President Donald Trump stood up on a Philadelphia debate stage and shot the rumor into the stratosphere. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. He said to 60 million viewers, "The people that came in, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets, the people that live there." And that's what's happening in this country. It's so bad. You'd be freaking out as anyone in Springfield, unless, there are probably people in Springfield who are, yes, like finally, they're hearing our pleas about how much we hate these immigrants. In an instant, the everyday struggles of a typical American city grappling with an influx of immigrants were transformed into a bombshell political message laser targeted at voters distressed by immigration. Yeah. It was the culmination.
That's obvious.
It was a culmination of a spectacular collision of forces that thrust Springfield into the heart of U.S. presidential election. Over the summer, outside neo-Nazi groups which specialize in exploiting local controversy to foment outrage about migrants had seized on a local controversy and fanned the narrative of pet-eating Haitians. Then the Trump campaign blasted those rumors to the world. Oh yeah, this is insane. Trump last Friday said he planned large deportations from Springfield, whose Haitian community is overwhelmingly in the country legally. It's just like, what? The president's singling out this small town, being like, yeah, when I get in power, we're deporting you. It's just like, on what grounds? Like, it's terrifying. Imagine being in this town, some meme comes out, some horrible, stupid right-wing meme that, like, Haitians are eating pets, and then it leads to the president being like, I'm deporting Haitians from this town.
And you've probably worked so incredibly hard to be there.
Yeah.
Working multiple jobs, and now you're getting deported for eating a cat, and you didn't even get the pleasure of actually eating a cat.
Yeah, at least
I would start eating cats now. Before you get deported.
If you know your time's up.
So then at least it'll be worth it, you know.
Trump campaigns. He plans to host a town hall. We got that coming up as well. If we want to watch it. Trump would like to visit Springfield too at some point. He's such a piece. He's so funny. He just doesn't care about anything. But Vance's like, yeah, I want to go sometime. Sure, I'd love to go to Springfield. I'd love to leave my mansion and from playing golf and eating lobster all day to go to Springfield.
Gulpy69 said, I had no idea you guys streamed. My wife had you on the TV. Are we on the TV right now? That's hilarious.
What happens if I press it?
And I totally thought it was Hassan's stream with this layout. Ha ha ha. He does not.
Have boys.
Have this.
Hassan's not a stripper.
He does not have this.
Oh my God, wait, what else are we waiting for? We're still waiting for the taxidermy frogs.
Once
the taxidermy frogs come, we're setting this up properly.
Yep.
We're putting everything up.
It's going to look better, by the way. Mom, they're on the TV. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway. So they're lying and they're causing all these weird tensions, but this recent wave of Haitian immigrants was initially welcomed. The town's fortunes had declined alongside those of the rest of the Rust Belt, with the population dropping from 83,000 in 1960 to 59 in 2020. I mean, that is kind of the general thing of the West that a lot of these right-wingers are terrified of. But it's like, I don't understand what else you're meant to do. This is actually I think immigration is a good thing.
You just become Mormon. You have 8 children.
That's the other alternative. That's the Musk alternative.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you don't have enough people. You've got all these... Also, your system's set up in a capitalist way where you need lots of desperate people to be doing really jobs forever. And like, you can't have both these things. You can't have a dwindling population and slaves. What you need is migrants.
But
right?
that's what someone actually brought up. I think it was in a Stephen Crowder debate. I didn't like the guy, thought he was an idiot. But he brought up the fact that it's like, you're so anti-immigration, but then this is actually great for capitalists because you get cheap labor coming into your country.
100%.
And it's like, obviously, no, I don't agree with that. I think migration's good and I don't think you should exploit the people coming to your country. But it is weird that I think the more liberal capitalists obviously understand that. Jeff Bezos is not complaining about it because he's like, great.
Yeah,
I
I
get their labor. It's exactly that. It's like,
but it's. I think the ones that are fermenting all this the kind of rich capitalists who are into it is like it's like a diversion. You know, you've got all these people with horrible problems because you're stealing from them.
Yeah.
You're doing record profits, stealing their wages, doing all these insane, and there's no welfare. They're pissed off, and like just having them target migrants is just much more convenient because they're not coming after you.
yeah.
Like I think that's the main thrust of the.
Yes, but they need it to be illegal and a real threat of deportation in order to maintain the fear that keeps the labor cheap.
I think that's true.
I think that's true, but I don't think someone has like a plan where that is like their. You think someone's thought that out?
Yeah, I think it makes sense because it's like I don't know because we worked at the Jumping Castle job, right? And lots of people working there illegally.
Yes.
And I think the fact that you could get deported at any second means that you are so much more like you cannot with this job.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
You have to be perfect. You can't let your boss get angry at you.
Yeah.
You know, I think having a state apparatus there that's willing to punish you at any moment means that you're more likely to, you know, do what your boss says.
Yeah, no, you are right.
But yeah, I'm saying even capitalism aside though, if you don't have that many babies, you've got an aging population, someone needs to do the jobs.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And like people like Musk are offended by the idea that the country's not as white as you'd like it to be, which is just Haitian is just as boring as you are. Like they're just people who want jobs. Like I don't understand.
Exactly.
There's no difference.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
It's so.
Yeah. Well, the Haitians fleeing danger in their increasingly lawless country. It's just like there's been like 200 years of America just Haiti over.
Yeah.
Like every time they elect someone, US either them or just removes them from power, puts their own guy in. Like this idea that like, oh no, the country is going back. Like no, that's America. America did that. Like that's
Yeah.
Particularly after the assassination of their president in 2021. Who knows how that happened? That's just something that happened. And now there's an issue in Springfield. Huh? What? So weird.
So it says they were able to immigrate legally under a Biden administration policy granting temporary protected status to Haitians as part of a program created by Congress in 1990 to protect immigrants from countries deemed too dangerous to return to. But also, America, your GDP, you should be looking after every single country close to you within.
They do look after them. They make sure that the
you.
GDP is. They make sure they can suck out all the resources from them and
Yes,
keep their
that's
GDP
how they
up.
look after them.
But yeah, they were saying that the recent wave of Haitian immigrants was initially welcome. The town's fortunes had declined alongside those of the rest of the Rust Belt. Oh wait, no, we already have that.
Yeah, they don't even look after immigrants. I don't actually know the
local economy booms.
What is the
Business
history
owners,
of Haiti? Is it?
Oh man, so much. It's so fucking.
But give me the
quick one?
TLDR because
TLDR.
Haitians aren't.
So it's
the majority of
French,
the population is not from there. Is that true?
No. It was a French colony.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. They brought all the Africans in.
They brought a slave.
And I'm pretty sure they might have like all these people.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, you're completely right. Sorry. And then they had a revolution, a really cool one where like, I mean, I'm going to go into way too much detail, but it doesn't matter. They had a revolution, and the West could never forgive them for doing that, and it was terrifying to America because Haiti's right next door.
Yep.
They had a slave revolution where suddenly all the landowners, all the whites, they lost. And America's like, we want to do slavery for the next 400 years. This is horrible. This is the worst thing that could happen. So they spent the rest of Haiti's existence like in the country to make sure that, you know, slaves in America don't learn a lesson from these guys.
Yeah, okay. So there's probably still a bit of a hangover from that in terms of conservatives' minds. Yeah.
No, Haiti was
a bit like Cuba. Anyone that has a revolution.
Coins that
it's just like, whoa.
Nah.
It's too close to home. Yeah, Haiti is like so cool. They were like the first like actual planned revolution in human history. Because the other ones, like before they had the English Revolution
like
and the French
Target.
Revolution, with those they were like people wanted certain things and they were fighting for them, but like what ended up happening was just like a ball rolling that no one could really control. In Haiti, the slaves were like, we want to end slavery and this is how we're going to do it. So it was like the first time like an actual like vanguard group of people were like, we're going to do a revolution now. Which
sick.
is awesome.
Back to this story. Growth came with growth.
It's like Target.
However, there was
The number of
plenty of
non-native
Hey, Target,
English speakers
this
in
one's for
public
you.
schools
2
quadrupled to
Destiny
more than
copies right
1,000
now in this
children.
bitch.
The local clinic and hospital were overwhelmed with people fleeing a country where healthcare.
Like Sam Pepper's someone I think about once in a
Healthcare
while and
scanty,
remember
you
just
know?
like how pathetic they are.
It's just
But you know, Lil Xan is a name I haven't
Oh,
thought
we're
of in so
overwhelmed
long.
by these people that don't have enough money, so I'm not going to treat them.
Dad's trying to get 30 grand out of him to finish up the balance on the G-Wagon, and he don't got 30 grand for it.
30 grand when he
The
had
man didn't have a
who knows
valid
how much
driver's
money at
license.
one
That's
point.
how he
Like,
I would.
This had nothing to do with the fact that
He's Haitian.
It's like
People
Target.
never drive like
There
fucking
was plenty
psychopaths.
of-
Maybe
Hey,
this is a
Target,
simulation.
this one's for you. 2 Destiny
Like, come
copies
on,
right
he's driving
now in
American
this
style.
if he
bitch.
was a true American, he would have got out under the 20 children in that school bus.
No, yeah,
Like Sam
if
Pepper's
what he
someone I
would've
think
done
about
if he was
once
a
in a
real
true
while and
American, he would
remember
have crashed into it with a
it's
car
like
the size, a
Target.
car that was
There
bigger
was
than the
plenty
bus.
of-
Hey,
Yeah, exactly.
Target,
Crashed into it
this
with a
one's for
fucking-
you. 2
with a fucking
Destiny
tank.
copies right now in this
Shut them.
bitch.
Exactly.
No, it's very sad. And
It's
like
very
Sam
sad.
but also
Pepper's
it's
someone
not
I think
like-
about once in
you
a
know,
while
it-
and remember
it's
just like
tricky
how pathetic
with these
they
small
are.
communities,
But
'cause, like,
you know,
obviously
Lil
there are a
Xan
lot
is a
of,
name I
you know,
haven't thought of in
legitimate
so long.
racists in there. But at the
Reality
same
is
time,
hit
like
Lil Xan
it also
now.
isn't easy. You know, like it isn't
It's
easy.
like Target.
Having a
There
big
was plenty
demographic
of-
shift.
Hey,
like
Target,
it's, you know,
this one's for you.
I think
2 Destiny
it's
copies
easy to
right
become a
now in this
racist if you
bitch.
focus on someone's skin color as the main point of difference. But I think, you know, the people are a lot more similar than
Yeah.
you.
Wait, where's the...
It's like Target.
Springfield's growing tensions caught the attention of outside hate groupers seeking division to exploit. White supremacist groups have been active in towns across the US this summer, inserting themselves into hot-button debates over immigrants, Gaza, and gay rights. According to the Anti-Defamation League, these groups rallied in places like Tallahassee, Harrisburg, Nashville, at times calling for the deportation of immigrants. On August 10th, a group wearing ski masks and carrying swastika flags and rifles marched in Springfield. The ADI identified them as the Blood Tribe, which is describing as a growing neo-Nazi group claiming to have chapters across the US and Canada.
What the?
This is terrifying.
That's so much worse than eating a cat.
Yeah, exactly.
What the is this?
How is no one talking about this? On August 27th, during the routine public comment portion of the Springfield...
Wait, but this was before they talked about the eating the cats
Yeah.
thing. This is before the meme.
So, but
Nazis
this
were,
is
it was
showing...
like a
this-
local. fucking-
Yeah, but it's showing where the story came from as well. Like, if there was these growing Nazis, they were obviously looking for a story to kind
Yeah.
of... They
So-
probably came
and
up... They probably came up with 100 stories before this that we
Yeah.
didn't hear of.
And what's terrifying? Imagine being a Haitian in this place. You've already fled a country and you're about to flee another one. It's the worst thing that could ever happen. And the worst thing is, it's like you see these neo-Nazis marching. It's terrifying. These people are threatening to do violence on you because of the color of your skin.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you're like, well, there's law and order, surely. Like, you're not allowed to do this stuff. And then the president comes out and it's like, yeah, good work. We're going to deport
Thank
you.
you for the 5 gifted subs. 1961 Cosmonaut. Thank
I
you.
just can't imagine, like, having neo-Nazis in the street and then also hearing the president be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I support them.
Yeah, come on. Get rid of these Haitians.
The cat eating rumors started with a post by a Springfield woman on a private Facebook page. Turned out to be third hand, and were subsequently disavowed by the original poster, according to the News Guide, a company that tracks online misinformation. So someone just made it up. After a Vance tweeted morning on September 10th, Springfield Mayor called a press conference on that afternoon to try and contain the damage. He was also faced that evening with the pain that Vance's tweet was causing locally. Along with promoting the pet eating rumor, Vance had a Springfield child was by a Haitian migrant who had the right to be here. Yeah, it's just, I mean, but it's like, you know, they obviously, any story is good for them, especially one that goes viral on Twitter, because it shows that to some people that they care about something, you know? And JD Vance admitted to making it up. Yeah, exactly. Crazy. We do actually have similar things that happen in Australia. I've never seen a cat eating one, but for a long time down in Melbourne, we had the Sudanese gang panic,
yes.
where I think there was You know,
Yes.
there was a couple of crimes that were committed by boys that were black, and everyone was like, "Oh, there's these crazy gangs," and they made up names for them, like X something, and they're terrorizing
They interview some
neighborhoods.
kid with like a blurred out face, be like, "Yeah, I'm the leader of the X something gang," and the kid's just like being it. He's having a laugh. It's
Apex
just,
gang.
Apex. That's what it was. It's Apex
Yeah.
gang.
And it's just so funny because obviously, yes, you're going to have some teens from a certain community that did the same that me and Alexa did as a kid, you know?
Yeah.
Got drunk and broke or just got up to mischief. But it's very different when they're black in
Well,
Australia.
I think it's. I mean, the theory that we did it that describes it in like whatever social. So like I was doing international relations at uni. They call it marked. So everyone's like a body doing different things, and there's certain ones that are marked in a certain way, like black people.
Yeah.
And so when a white person does the crime, it's just a crime that happens. When someone who has like a marked body, you like, oh, that person is representative of this type of person.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just thinking. Like it's
The same thing happens with
You-
white
you-
people in Australia if it's from a poorer class. Like if you see
Yes,
a
yeah,
white
that's
boy
yeah.
wearing TNs, a mullet, then it's like a marked
this is
body
what
as well.
lads do.
This is
Yeah.
what lads do
Yeah,
now.
it's like a
Housing
broader way
Commission
to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like if like a group of white people gang rape some girl, it's kind of just like, these are very naughty guys, these individuals.
Yeah.
And then if it's like a group
Or it
of
might be a problem of like maybe if you're
Masculinity
like
in
me of
general.
masculinity.
Even
but then
then,
if he's
barely.
black, it would be
Hmm.
masculinity would be ignored, and it would be like, oh, it's because he's an immigrant.
Yeah,
Like-
white guys don't do this.
Yeah, exactly. Boys will be boys. Yeah. Or mental issues. Yeah.
Mental issues, yeah. What have we done to fail this white man?
Exactly. What?
Right.
That night, Nathan Clark, the father of Aiden, the boy who'd been in the bus crash, spoke during the public comment portion of the Springfield City Commission meeting. Visibly shaken, he referenced the GOP politicians, including Vance, and said that they had used his son's death for political gains. I wish that my son, Aiden Clark, was by a 60-year-old white man. That is crazy that he is still, even though his son he's in shock, still acknowledges that and said that.
I mean, it's like it's a situation to be in, but at the same, I guess he's just not he's just
Yeah,
like,
and what a smart
just
guy.
like, I can't
What a
believe
beautiful man.
you're mourning. And it's also offensive because if you're mourning and you're seeing this getting points off of your trauma,
Yeah.
it'll make you want to hit back as well. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy. Hours later, Trump under the line that launched the
It's like Target.
However, there was plenty of
Hey, Target,
an ABC
this one's
debate
for you.
moderated
2
David
Destiny
Muir
copies
said he-
right now in this
His outlet
bitch.
checked with Springfield City manager and found there were no credible reports of pets being
Like
harmed
Sam
by
Pepper's
immigrants.
someone I
Trump
think about
responded
once
that
in
the
a
city
while and
manager
remember
would be
just like how pathetic they are.
expected to
But
say
yeah,
that,
Lil
but
Xan is a
see
name I haven't
people
thought of
on
in so long.
saying the opposite.
Reality
on
is
TV.
his little Xan now. You feel me?
There's a
Money
friend
probably
Dolly
not coming
and
in the
Luca.
same
Guy.
way.
Stats trying to get 30 grand out of him to finish up
Saw it
the
on TV,
balance
it's real.
on the G-Wagon.
On the
and he
G-Wagon.
don't
It's crazy. We talked about this before.
It-
about making
it's like
a
Target.
However,
Fake
there was
story.
plenty of
Hey, Target,
Sending
this
it
one's
to
for
right
you.
We did that on
2
stories.
Destiny copies
Yeah,
right
and then
now in
having
this
them
bitch.
take off. But the problem is, obviously, more people will see the fake story than see
Sam-
the
real one.
So everyone knows that this is fake now, or anyone that wants to look it up. But the damage is still being done, so it doesn't matter whether
People don't
you
think it's fake,
Create a fake story.
like that's the thing. The critical mass of people who the story is
It-
for
it's like
Yeah.
Target.
Like,
However, there was plenty of
racist.
Hey, Target,
will
this-
believe it regardless.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's fucked.
We did the thing on the Chaser. Back when I used to work for the Chaser, we did it with fairy bread.
Yep.
So there's a
It's like Target.
However, there was
Dessert.
plenty of
Hey, Target,
Fucking cool
this
dessert.
one's for
I love
you.
it.
2
I was never
Destiny.
allowed to eat it as a kid.
What was that? Sorry, I was reading chat.
Fairy bread.
Oh yeah, fairy bread.
So it's just a piece of white bread with some butter and then hundreds and thousands.
Are you still
which
eating
is
that? I
what
haven't
they
seen
call-
you eat it in a while.
No, I haven't had it in a while. And then just sprinkles. So it was bread, butter, and sprinkles. It's fairy bread. And then we
2
made
Destiny
this
copies
thing, this
right now in this
fake
bitch.
article, this fake like press briefing being like, oh, the woke left is trying to cancel fairy bread because
Like Sam Pepper's someone I think about once in a while
they
and
say
remember
fairies
just
like
like
fairies
how
or something, you know.
Oh,
like-
okay.
And then all the right wing media picked it up. They loved it. They were like, "Oh, it's gone crazy. We can't even eat fairy bread anymore because they're woke." And it's a very funny video.
To be fair, it is the gay flag, isn't it? It is the gay flag. Queer bread. There's some-
LGBTQI plus bread.
yeah, exactly. It's going to be gluten free, of course. Imagine that we should do another one of those, but one that's like somehow harmless at the same time, like a food name being changed because it's offensive, probably harmless, but still fuels hate for any form of wokeness, doesn't it?
Well, how do you
I will
know?
cut my arm off if
I don't
Rosie
think you
has
can.
$30,000.
I don't think you can.
It was just
So
3.5
what happened?
years.
Sorry, food in my mouth.
You're pointing because you want me to read. Where's the mouse? The morning after the debate, the parents in Springfield kept their children home in masses. Several schools, City Hall, and the state motor vehicle offices in Springfield were forced to evacuate after receiving bomb threats. The city cancelled its two-day culture fest celebrating diversity, arts, and culture in light of recent threats and safety concerns. Blood Tribe took a victory lap for its presence in the town, boasting on September 11th, "We are on the ground in Springfield weekly. We even showed up in their city council meeting."
It's just so annoying because I hate the Democrats. You know, I think they're so far.
Yeah.
And it always gets this annoying position where you're like, I don't want to vote for either of these guys. And then you see this shit and you're like, I'd rather not vote for like actual Nazis, you know?
Yeah, no.
Like this is
100%.
just like, oh, we don't have to worry about that because we're not voting.
No, exactly.
Wait, the member speaking at city council, is it the tattooed guy? 'Cause I think I've got his video in here. The guy with the tattoo on his bottom arm. Oh, it's a different guy. Oh, yeah, great. Let's say, we can't hear it. We'll do
We'll watch it later.
Yeah.
That one. Is there any more interesting things in here
Some of the bomb threats were clearly meant to sow division. Originating from a foreign country.
that you didn't name? I wonder
Russia
who.
or Israel.
Or are they suggesting it was Haiti?
You'd be so scared. This is how fucking pogrom happened.
No, it's
People are going to get lynched over this. This is disgusting.
In recent days, many in Springfield have gone out of their way to show support for their Haitian neighbors, including by frequenting Haitian-run restaurants. Still, the local Haitian community is on edge. Yeah, I can't imagine how horrible this would feel. Like, I've never really, like, the most I've received is people being like, "Oh, Russian, you drink vodka. Oh, you're a bad guy. You're evil." It's like, imagine this level of, it's just, I don't know why I try to relate to that story as well. I'm just a poor Haitian.
Got to make it about you.
I'm just a poor Haitian, guys, everyone. Are you guys writing in Bible?
Studying biology on his iPad. It wasn't far from a pond where Haitians had been rumored to have taken some of the park's geese and slaughtered them. A rumor the state wildlife division found no basis for. The assumer said he had hoped to continue his medicals in Port au Prince. Oh, they're just talking to a guy. Oh, he wants to go back home.
No.
Now he's in a nursing degree program part-time at Clark State College. And it is so fucked. This man's going to be a nurse in your country.
And he, like we said, works at a forklift driver at an Amazon facility 30 minutes away.
Like,
earning $19.50 an hour.
without the threat of like racialized violence, his life is still a horrible grind.
Yeah.
And now on top of that, you're being like, oh, also want to like burn your house down.
And then also I have to deliver your packages, man.
Yeah.
Deliver packages to your house.
This makes me so angry.
It's so disgusting.
I would like. Can I say this because I won't be in the same country as Vance? There's no possibility of me. Oh, never mind.
I already know what you're going to say. If you say, "Can I say this?" I know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
You can't say that.
Yes, that guy makes me so angry.
Please read all 7,000 comments. I just want to see if there's any comments that are like disagreeing. No, it's everyone agreeing with the story, the news
It's
article.
Wall Street Journal, like
Yeah. Insane. Like, you should go to prison for doing something like that. Like, if you put someone's lives in danger by spreading false information and there are bomb threats, JD Vance,
no, 100%.
yeah, it's fucked.
But it's like that's kind of what they're saying. So they hype up all this like far right, and then they come at the like liberals in the middle, being like, "Oh, you guys are authoritarian because you won't let us say this stuff."
Yeah, exactly. We need free speech, and that's what Twitter was made for, to share fake videos of people eating a... What was it? What did it turn out to be? Just
There
a
were no
chicken?
videos of anyone eating cat.
No, but there was what? What
Oh, they
were
don't know. There's a
eating?
video of like
A
chickens on a
chicken.
barbecue with cats around it.
Yeah.
Person's behind a screen door filming their own fucking
It was
barbecue.
a goat or something.
No, the goat was the Bosnian one.
Ah, yeah, okay.
This Vivek Ramaswamy, I fucking hate this guy so much. The one thing the only time has been good. No, it's actually that's a lie. It's never been good. But like, I just remember this one time where he was complaining about all the other Republicans making Indian jokes about him and like pretending like that he works in the Quickie Mart of the White House or something. And he's like sad about it. I'm like, bro, these are your guys. Like that's who you want. That's you. You are that guy. You're the fucking. I'm sorry, you have to live with you. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's so
Leave
stupid.
the party then.
Yeah. And she's like, well, I'm sorry you experienced, but like you 100% deserve it. Like you platform these people, and then this is him. So he visited Springfield,
Sick.
the town hall, to say some of the worst shit I've ever heard. He's such a
To eat a...
piece.
Hi. So I have a young daughter. I have 2 daughters, actually.
Do we get to hear?
One of my daughter is younger. So I want to talk about the crime a little bit.
Sure.
Personal crime. So she's been followed around Walmart. She's
Her daughter.
been stalked. She ran to her car, threw her stuff down, ran to her car. She was chased. Okay? They were immigrants. She was chased by a man with a machete on her way to work. Called the police. She told them what had happened and wanted to file a report.
People saying too quiet. Turn it up a little
Oh, yeah.
bit.
It's very possible this woman's daughter was chased by a man with a machete.
Of course.
But I'm going to start gaslighting. I think if that's the real thing that happened, she would have started with that. No, she started with, she's like kind of like followed around in Walmart, or like, she had to run into her car the other night. It's just like, the machete's the story. You're padding.
You are right, but also people just tell stories in a different way. But also, how did she know he was an immigrant? Like, did he show that he didn't have the correct, what do you have, a green card in America while chasing you with a machete? Like, she's probably just...
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's like it's not a thing about immigration. It's just a thing about skin color.
Yes, exactly. But also, you can't comment about this at all when you also have school shootings in America, which are done by Americans and mostly white boys. So shut up.
But look, she's a regular person. This could have happened to her. It's
it could
fair
have
to
happened.
have these grievances. You're in a shit small town. You're stressed out already, and you're angry about this too. Like, whatever. But the thing is, when this dickhead comes in a suit and validates his experiences, that's where it's...
Yeah. Okay. Let me listen.
2 hours later, the police still had not called her back and never checked on the crime. So that's how you know.
What was the
there's no
crime? Taking my
in
machete
Springfield,
for a walk?
because no one's
You
reporting.
can... This is an open carry in Ohio.
Yeah. I was taking my machete for a
That
run.
was your daughter. So and I guess, does she have any sense for whether those were illegal immigrants into the country? I mean, she probably wasn't conversing with them while they're chasing her with a machete, but...
Oh, well, he
red
figured
light
that,
and-
huh?
See, here's the thing, and it's uncomfortable to say this, but it's true. If your first act of entering the country breaks the law, then you're more likely to break the law when you're already here.
That's also...
Such a slimy piece of...
Firstly, it's not true. Most of them came under the Biden administration.
They're all
that
legal.
act.
They're all legal, but also, if you come to a country illegally, you're more likely to obey the laws because you're terrified.
Because you don't want to get caught and kicked out of the
Yeah.
country. Do you know who probably speeds the most? Rich guys in Lambos, because they can pay their speeding tickets.
When I was a kid, I used to have sleepovers with this friend, and we used to always get into mischief. And the only time my mum would know that we've done something wrong is when we're both quiet and really nice. Because it's just like, what have you done that you need to be behaving right now?
My mum always used to say that about me. She's like, if there was a moment where she couldn't hear me screaming or shouting, she was like, what the f- is he doing? Is he dead?
But what is he saying? He is saying every single person who looks like they might have migrated to the country is a criminal. He's saying, I'm not surprised he's saying Trump lines. Like, it's so stupid.
Right? And this is, I don't like just talking about the easy issues. Let's talk about the hard issues. I mean, they hit President Trump a lot for the so-called, the one they really tried to nail him for was the family separation policy, right?
Right.
Anybody in this room know how many mothers in the United States of America are in prison right now? It's about 350,000, actually. And yes, I have a book coming out next week, and I've got a Fox Nation special coming out next week. It's called Truths. Lays out a lot of these hard truths.
Okay,
That's
where
one of the
are
truths.
you
It's a
going
hard
with
truth.
this?
It's about 350,000
Sure.
mothers who are in prison. You know who we don't make them take with them? We don't make them take their kids.
Children.
Right?
Yeah, they're all up
And we
front.
say that, that's a difficult situation, but you deal with it in a different way. And so I think we have to restore the culture of the
Sorry.
rule of law in this country.
Yes, I do understand. So he's talking about Trump was getting nailed because he was, when was it ICE taking kids away from their families when they crossed the border? He's saying when we lock up mothers, we don't lock the children up with them as well. So of course we're going to separate the parents from the children that migrated across the border with them.
The children are locked up in this situation.
Yeah, but
And here's the example: the children aren't locked up.
no, I think that's what he's attempting to say here. But it doesn't come up that way because the
Look
kid
at this
is still
example where
locked
we
up.
didn't lock up a kid.
Yeah.
See, that's very relevant for an example where we did lock up a kid.
But just separate from the parents.
Yeah.
And also it's funny because he also makes it sound like, are you saying we should lock up the kids with the other prisoners as well? Like,
I mean, look, I think some of the people in this crowd probably say yes.
Yeah.
And we're talking about black people.
but Biden is literally doing the same. So why does he say he like it when Trump is doing it, but not when Biden does it? Yeah, exactly. No, they're all the same.
So stupid. Anyway, he's about to say something. Oh, there's just so many dog whistles. So disgusting.
We don't make them take with them. We don't make them take their kids.
Children.
Right?
Yeah, they're all left
And we
alone.
say that, that's a difficult situation, but you deal with it in a different way. And so I think we have to restore the culture of the rule of law in this country. In this town alone, double the number of shoplifting crimes in the last 2 years.
What was a dog whistle? Is that a
The
reference to
culture
something?
of the rule of law, I think, is really good. Because, I mean, you have this unfounded assumption that for some reason in some place in America, the police aren't prosecuting people, like, which is hilarious because it's like, you live in a police state. But the culture argument is like, I think, a dog whistle for race because it's like,
Oh, yes.
there's a style of person who culturally knows how to behave.
Yes.
And there's a new kind of person.
They have good etiquette.
Yeah, there's a new kind of person that doesn't quite understand it. And it's not like they're biologically inferior. It's just that they don't have the right to distinguish right from wrong. And we need to restore a culture of the rule of law because at a certain point, everyone knew how to behave
Yeah.
before this happened.
Yeah.
It's like so like nakedly the worst kind of, but barely dressed up in like a palatable way.
No. Someone said to Alex, what was the dog whistle? Well, you're not a dog, are you? I understood the dog whistle. I just thought it was a like direct quote that I didn't understand. I knew I did understand that.
It's like yeah, there are dog whistles and then there are like actual quotes. I remember when
Someone
the
said final
Christchurch-
solution.
Yeah, when Christchurch massacre happened, we had Fraser Anning, who's like actually just a neo-Nazi politician. Luckily, he got voted out very quickly after that, which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as all like 45 Muslims were in a terrorist attack by like an Aussie, an Australian politician came out and said we need a final solution for the Muslim problem.
Yeah.
And it's just like
After the
that's not even dog whistle. That's just like textbook Hitler
Thank you,
stuff.
Disease Witch, for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
2 years not a long time for shoplifting rates to double. Auto thefts are up by over 50% in that same time frame. And as you said, based on your daughter's story, that's against the backdrop of many of them likely even going unreported. We got to restore that culture of the rule of law, but part of the reason we're seeing this too is that many illegal immigrants into this country, many other criminals in this country, when they see the top law enforcement agencies in the United States of America themselves not following the law, then they rightly ask the question, well, why the heck should I have to follow the law anyway? So
What is he talking about? Immigrants are not like, wow, now I get to chase all these women with machetes down the street. That guy got away with it. I've always wanted to do that. What are you talking about?
But it's also, he said, you notice with lots of with migrants and also other criminals, it's just like he's lumping them all into this like, it is insane. It is insane saying anyone who doesn't look like you is a criminal and they're here to do crimes to you.
Oh, hell yeah. It's chopping season. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I find it so funny that if someone walks around with a gun, they'd be like, fine. This is a normal law-abiding American. A machete?
No, it's because a poor person can't afford a gun, and you've got a machete, which is like related to like yard work or something.
Yeah,
get that guy back on
this
the
guy's
yeah, exactly. Is that? I can finally eat cats and chase women with a machete.
It's the land of opportunity.
It's clobbering time.
Yeah, they think anyone who comes to America is an orc.
Yeah. Or they just hear the Purge music in their head. Boom. They're like, yeah, sharpen our machetes. Turn on the barbecue.
Meanwhile, there's like actual like proper reports of like neo-Nazis marching up and down the street in balaclavas with guns. Like,
yeah.
And in what world is that happening? And then you're like, oh, by the way, like there's shoplifting.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Walmart didn't make as much profit as they had projected for this quarter. They still made heaps of money, but like this is an issue right now. This is actually a very serious issue right now.
Well, let's move on to the next story. Why do people say that lizards are attacking the stream? Is that a Twitch reference? I don't understand.
Maybe Hassan people are lizards. I don't know. Maybe we got a raid.
I have no idea.
But why not they tell me it's a raid, huh? Oh, this is just a good I guess podcast news episode about just talking about Haiti.
On-screen celebration. Ghost raid. What is a ghost raid?
Maybe Ghost raided us.
Who's Ghost? Should I know who Ghost is?
Hassan? That's not Hassan. Hassan didn't raid us, did he?
No.
Oh, well.
You guys are just lizards.
Yes, I think what's interesting to me is to say that it is not only
The ghost
J.D.
from Alexa's
Vance
dream.
and the Republican Trump, and that are when it comes to Haiti, the entire U.S. media apparatus, U.S. imperialism is
People saying
so
still
yes,
too
we
loud?
can
Is it still
we
too
can
loud?
talk about Donald Trump saying Haitians.
No, it doesn't matter. We kind of
saw
we
this.
said these same points ourselves. Oh, the next article's so good. You're going to be so excited.
Oh, but I was going to say, can you hold the fort? Because I really need to eat something.
I was going to order you food, you idiot. I asked you.
You asked me, but I thought I was all right.
Well, can you just order something?
I'm not all right.
Just order something and then it'll come and then you can eat
I'll
it.
order something. I ate 2 meat pies on the way home. I thought I'd be all right with 2 meat pies.
Did you see me eating this delicious?
I was not all right with 2 meat pies. And also, the second meat pie is never good. You already know what a meat pie tastes like now. You're like,
I think it's the same as McDonald's. Well, you don't even like the first cheeseburger.
no. I like the pickles.
I think the first bite of McDonald's, I'm like, cool.
All right.
And then as soon as you get over the burger, you're like, this is disgusting.
This is a
I've
meat
eaten
pie?
a sponge.
You guys don't know what a meat pie is? Type like 7-Eleven meat pie or something.
Oh, what about 420?
420 meat pie, yeah.
4 and 20. This is not a. It's funny. It's like a weed reference.
So what I did was to spice it up a bit. I ate one of these, and then I was like, I can't eat another meat pie unless I get a different one. So I got one of these. It's the same meat pie. It's just long.
Oh,
It's just long like this, and it's actually really good to eat while you're driving because one hand you're driving, one hand you're munching. It's great. Sorry, back to your article.
Oh, we got a long way away. You're going to be fucking.
I'm so excited already.